Hi, good morning. So this is day 2, and we arrived last night and we unloaded the piles and the machine, and I'll show you those now, and I'll show you the early morning cold land. So I'll turn you around. So as you can see, that's the machine and the piles, they're over there. And this is where, over here, is where the house is going to go, or the foundation is going to go. Some points I'll show you about some of the early videos. I mentioned about the marking of the boundaries, and you can see this is one of the markers I put in when we had ours done, a metal tube so it doesn't get lost. And there's one in each corner, there's one over there. Not sure, I'll show you. Actually, this ground is snowy and it's a little bit cold, and it's much better for us because you're not covered in mud. So there's another one in the corner. See another piece of tubing I banged into the ground. There it is. And up the back here, to the trees. Where are we? Up in this corner, quite a distance. That's up here in this corner. This is the third marker, right there. That's the third one. It's another piece of metal tube I banged into the ground, so it's stable and I won't get lost in the building process. Very important that your borders are correct, so that you don't have any problems later. My fourth one is down in this corner here, which is right there in the ground there. Bit of tubing again in there, nice and stable. I know exactly where it is. I'm going to put some string across the markers to get the exact location of the borders, and then once I've got that, put in the markers of the four corners of the foundation, and then we'll work on putting the other markers in exactly where the piles are going to go. Once that's all done, then we can begin putting the piles in slowly into the positions. So what we'll do now is get some line on the borders. So now I've got some white string, and I'm going to mark the border going down that direction so we can get a measurement from it. So that's now the position of the borders marked out with string across there and across there. Next I need to measure from distance from the border from there and from there, so I can put a first corner marker in. So now I've measured from the border to the first corner, which is 8 meters. Next I have to measure from this one down to there, the length of the foundation. And in this case, I've got my plan here. In this case, we're going 14 meters, 300 millimeters. So 14,300. So that's the way, and then put a marker down there. And again, that must be 8 meters from the border. And that gives us also a parallel to the border. So this house is going to be straight onto the back border of the land, because the road doesn't run straight to the land. It's sort of at an angle. So I decided that it's going to be at the back to get it parallel to the back. So I'll put that line in now. So that's the line put in from there, 14 meters, 300 millimeters. Next is that corner there. That corner there, we use a diagonal measurement to get that corner over there. I've already got the diagonal measurements marked out. Sometimes I come to foundations and they haven't got the diagonal measurement worked out properly, or it's wrong. That comes quite often. So you can download a little program from the Play Store or App Store, wherever you're using, called diagonal measurement or something. And there's one online called Diagonal Online, in which case you put the two lengths in and it gives you the diagonal measurement. So now we'll get a measurement from the diagonal, so we'll go in from here, diagonal to that corner, and from that corner down to there. So the idea is that you get one line from there, which should equal what your measurement's supposed to be. So in this case we're going 14.3 and 9.4, or 14, 9 300 millimeters, and I'm talking lies, 14 300 millimeters and 9 400 millimeters, and the diagonal should hit this part here at 17 112. I've got here 17, about 5 mil out. You can add that there like that. There we go. Within a couple of millimeters, and that's where the final one goes in. And then you just measure, check it off. Yeah, 3, 4, 17, 112, 17, 1. Oh, about 3 millimeters. Over 17 meters, 3 millimeters. I'll get away with that, I think. So this is the foundation. It's marked out, but it's very hard to see on camera. It's even hard to see in real life, if you like. But what we've done, I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's a line running, and every so often there's a marker. Well, that's where a pile's going to go. And you see here, and here, and here. And then along this way as well, the markers are in. You see one here. Very difficult to catch it on camera, I think. But yeah, that's. I was recording on the other camera and it died on me. So it's the cold weather. The battery just is not lasting, unfortunately. But that's the marking of the foundation is done. So next it will be into putting the piles in. So I'll film as much of that as I can.